One of my absolute favorite cards of the month is finally here, and that's right, we're talking about Scream. If you're looking for Agent Venom, we're going to be doing an Agent Venom video either on Wednesday or Thursday, so stay tuned for that. We also have Twitch drops coming on Thursday, so I'm going to leave a link in the description and in the pinned comment down below. So if you've not followed us on Twitch TV yet, you're going to get some free loot just by even if you just AFK in the chat, right? Scream is super interesting. I really like the card. My first impressions are super positive. Now, whether or not it's going to hit that 5-star threshold is a whole other conversation. It is definitely a really good card, though, especially at the 2-drop. It doesn't quite feel as easy to get to like really high numbers as OG Thena. Thena was like insane, and I mean, it's still super good. And I think the difference between Scream and Thena is that Thena's supporting package was simply better. Like, you had Kitty Pryde, you had Angela that was post-nerf, and then you had Thena itself, and then all of a sudden you had that like super high-end capabilities. With Scream, the challenge is that the card itself is good, but the supporting cast is weaker. You have to run Polaris, Arrow, Juggernaut, and so you're playing these suboptimal cards, I mean, in the old meta, and it's really on, one card to make that whole archetype meta relevant? It's hard to tell. But what I will say is that we ran approximately a 75% win rate in the first 20 to 30 games with the deck I'm about to show you. And then since then, over the last several hours, we've drifted into like the mid-60s. It's still doing remarkably well, and I still think that there's room to improve the deck and to kind of do some work with Scream. So ultimately, I come away really impressed with Scream. The Spotlight cache is awful, totally awful. This would be the one where I think that you're probably more likely to use tokens, especially if you have Man-Thing and Mobius and Mobius. It really sucks that there's 2 Series 4 cards in there, to be completely honest with you. Garbage. It's garbage that there's 2 Series 4 cards in there, in my opinion. But Scream itself is not garbage. My first impressions are very positive. So let's talk a quick deck or two as we cut to the next screen. Now, this was the deck we were playing here, and again, there might be a couple other cards you can consider subbing in. I do think that like this deck is not in its necessarily in its final form. This deck had me impressed, and again, we ran very strong win rates, but ultimately what was interesting about this deck was that it had an answer for a lot of the meta. If you're playing against Hela, which we did multiple times, we scammed 8 cubes off Hela multiple times because of Alioth. The fact that Alioth is in this deck, it's pretty good at maintaining initiative. You're constantly kind of putting out decent power, because say what you want about Polaris, Spider-Man, and others, they're decently statted cards. And so as a result, you're getting a little bit of value from that Alioth on turn 6 because you tend to have initiative. Scream scales very well. Kingpin tends to be pretty kind of problematic for an opponent, and of course if they're playing Move it's perfect, but even if they're not playing Move, you have the ability to push things into Kingpin. A card that we cut early was Kraven. You might see a couple highlights with Kraven. Kraven was okay, but it feels like White Widow is just simply better. Because with White Widow, you're working alongside Polaris and Spider-Man and others in order to clog locations as well. This is not necessarily a clog deck, but it has the capabilities of clogging if that seems to be to your game plan, especially with Stegron and others. One thing worth noting is that Kingpin should always be placed in the middle or the right location because you want to be able to Stegron into Kingpin, and Stegron can only send things right. Magneto has somewhat underperformed. It's still a good disruptive card, but realistically it only procs 1 activate on the Scream. It'll hit multiple people with Kingpin, but because you're playing Polaris and you're playing Stegron, Kingpin's location is likely to be somewhat full. Juggernaut was a low-key cube stealer, really disruptive play that a lot of people weren't expecting, and I do think Shang-Chi has to be in this deck. So from a process of elimination, I do see Magneto potentially being cut from this deck for a more impactful 6-drop, but everything else seems like it's kind of locked in. Like, White Widow could be potentially flexed, but I do think it's good, especially with the Polaris and the Stegron. So ultimately, I really liked how this deck played. And if you want to try Scream, I think that this is a great launching point for you, because as I said, we ended up finishing in the mid-60s% win rate, very steadily climbing and crying, of course. But ultimately, we performed very well with this list, and I do expect it to perform very well moving forward. So I guess the question becomes, is Scream worth it? Now, my first impressions, honestly, as I move back to the Scream screen, is that I think it is. My first impressions are very positive. My major concern would be, can the supporting cast that Scream requires carry it to that next level? That's the major question that needs to be answered, because as of right now, you're playing these suboptimal cards that aren't traditionally meta cards in the current state of the game. And they also don't counter clog against you particularly well. So there's some meta considerations, but Scream itself seems very strong. It's fair. It's not overpowered the way it felt like Thena was. Thena, when it released, was way higher powered in my opinion. Scream feels fair and slightly higher than fair, but that's it. Will it elevate this kind of like forced move archetype to a new level? It does, but I'm not sure if it'll be cracking top 10s, right? So as always, what I would do if I were you is I would not go keys, I would go tokens on this week. And if you want to conserve your tokens, I would consider waiting until Sunday or Monday to see how like the decks of the week shape up, and like I cover it, other creators cover it as well, and see kind of like what the meta looks like and if Scream's win rates on aggregate have improved, right? But ultimately, I do think the card is good. It doesn't seem unfair, but it was really fun playing this new style of offensive move archetype. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I truly appreciate it. As I said before, we do have Twitch drops coming on Thursday, so definitely join us on Twitch TV if you haven't already, and I hope you enjoy these gameplay highlights. Scream. Hey, Castle Blackstone, baby. I think we just straight up... do we move it now, though? We could do some movement now. Could do, like... Because he's going to move Nightcrawler there, then play there, right? We move Nightcrawler back mid. Watch. Nightcrawler moves right. No? Okay. Oh! Double whammy!
Friendly neighborhood Spider-Man here.
So no one gets the extra energy now? That's sad. That's very sad. Unfortunately for us... We could secure the Dream Dimension extra energy with a Jug play. I kind of want a Shongers, but maybe we Juggernaut into Miles Morales here. Maintain initiative. We do run... Yeah, bud. See ya. Cards unrevealed. Now, only a revealed card. Oh. Screen's moving back and forth. How do you do? How do you do? Hey, extra energy. Then we just do a good old monster pump here. Snap monster pump. See you later, bud. Oh, he's mad. He's a little upset. Let's get Scream down. Tokens for Scream, or is it too early? I mean, it's always too early. You really do benefit from waiting. But I do think that Scream is good, to answer your question. Bruh. Actual Sag? That's crazy.
Friendly neighborhood Spider-Man here.
Next turn, I think, is Omega Ren. I was gonna say, oh man, I don't even know what I'm saying. We have to play Morales and Omega Red here. They're snapping. Do we play Omega Red? I mean, Vibranium. Let's hey, cancel the turn! What? No! What the f-
I'm about to juice this up.
Well, Eliath is useless. They moongirled for me, but now their collector's massive. Arrow mid?
Power must be controlled.
When was the last time you guys saw some Angel gameplay? Are you kidding me? They play Agent Venom. Subterranean is a huge buff. 1/4s across the deck. Nice. Don't mind me, just top decking non-stop garbage. I think this effect could be better though. This card effect's not good enough. That sucks. It needs to be better. This is lazy, whatever this is. Whatever the hell that is needs to be better. Naturally. So Camartage means this game's over. This is debris. They have initiative. Cringe. Hey, how do you like it, bro?
Friendly neighborhood Spider-Man here.
That's not bad for us. He's moving stuff around. Do I Steggy here now? Is Steggy kind of funny? Or do we just, no, we don't need to jug yet. Let's Steggy. The problem is, Steggy kind of helps them a little bit. Because now they add power to Vibranium Mines. Oh, no. Like a rock. I think we go, do we go Jug here? We don't need to Magento twice. The problem is that they're gonna get the effect. Okay. That's good for me. I was throwing that location, honestly. They're trying so hard to disrupt me, but it's not really working. Do I just win here? I actually can't win. Magneto right, I go to 12. Left. Left, we still lose right. We just... Magneto mid still loses, though. I have to almost hope they don't play mid. This is a really tricky game.
We are the future.
Oh, they read the Shangers play.
Must be controlled.
Victory.
Pure skill, baby! They do not play in a Sinister London. Kind of sad. Wow, it's been a while since I've seen that. I've never seen Agent Venom before. Hilarious. All right, do we do Craven? Or do we just get this going? I think we just move it right now. I kind of want to Craven. I think it'd be funny to Craven. No. Let's see how big we can get the screams. Yeah, I think board space is going to be a factor.
Friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
All right, I respect the Agent Venom Yellow Jacket gameplay. I like what you're going for there, bud. Stegron hits him right, goes mid, hits him right again. Well. How about that negative for Agent Venom? Uh-oh. Okay. I like what they're going for with this deck, for what it's worth.
Clear for takeoff.
Damn. If they skip, they might. No, we always get initiative. Look at this Scream. Ooh, we got some pixie gameplay. I like it. Oh, into Sag? But they filled the board. Friends, they filled the board. They have my Shongers. I don't think we get Scream above power. I think we just Iron Man here. Just play Iron Man and win the game. Yeah, I'll see you later.
Victory.
The Man of Iron. And I mean, this was solid. I mean, Scream is literally representing 16 power on the board. Like, you never cry about a 2-8. Like, that's crazy. And what's interesting is I think that, like, it's similar to Thena in its potential power output. But I think Thena's supporting cards are better. You know what I mean? Okay, it's not the worst thing.
Gotta run, hun.
We can maybe knock Hela into nowhere. It's too late for Scream, I think. We have Eliath. We have Initiative. It's Scream, Juggernaut. Hopefully we end up left, which forces Hela mid. Watch. So go left, please. Nah, right. Now it opens up Hela to the other location. Unless this is Hela, but how could it be? It's Blink. Get wrecked. So the question becomes, where do they play Hela? Right?
Oh, snap.
They can only play 2 locations. It's unlikely they play Hela here.
Opponent.
They're snapping back. I'm thinking Hela left because they want to guarantee that Widow's Kiss drops down, right? I can do this all day, baby! Let's go!
Victory.
That's the second time we did that! The second time we've gotten a Hela gamer, man. I'm still thinking this deck like needs some improvement. I like the idea of using Eliath, though. I think we can gain initiative quite often. However, what I will say is that I still think Hydra Bob can make a play in this deck. Still believe it. It's not Cope. Unironic Colossus gameplay. Oh, no! Wipe. That is Sag. Okay. We have to... Oh, man. Spooderman or Polaris. It's entirely possible Colossus gets targeted here. I'm going to snap into the pull Rocket Raccoon gameplay. Come on. If we pull the Colossus, nothing moves. Ah, sick. Okay. We did it, gamers. Doctor Strange in shambles. In absolute shambles. Do I Beast here? Beast is not crazy. Could play Spider-Man, continue. Let's just do our thing. Let's do our Spider-Man thing. Let's keep getting Scream going. I'm thinking about, like, do we get fancy here? What do we do? But at the end of the day, ooh, we got some Omega Red gameplay. We got an actual cook here.
Friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
I'm all
here.
for this, honestly. I'm all for it. We got some high-quality cooking. Do they play left, though, to win the location? Look at this arrow. I've had this arrow for so long. It's been a while. No! We got some claw gameplay. Damn it, I was hoping they didn't play there. It makes sense that they did. Do we just staggy or what? Or do we do this? Magneto's interesting, but... So Omega Red comes over, gets hit with the negative, but we're going to lose this location. I think we staggy. Staggy Craven? All the way across the sky? It'll be so intense. Okay, let's staggy Craven. Craven's not worth the spot. Craven's been feeling a little weird thus far. Craven just the casual 2-3, by the way. Scream a casual. Oh, no!
Iron Man.
That actually, with Claw, did some damage to us. Well, we still got the dub.
Victory.
All right. Pretty interesting. Scream a casual 2-8. We didn't even get it going that hard there, but did pretty good. All right, here's the thing. They're going to fill this location fast, right? And we're going to want to pull cards out of there. So we'll play Kingpin on the middle location. Hey, General Nate, thank you for your support. All these early cards, and I can't do anything with them. Sag. If we were to place Craven, what do? Do we just put in White Widow? I was going to say literally White Widow, so you play for Craven, right? Poner Bills? This guy's name is Poner Bills. That's such a great name. I'm actually disappointed I didn't come up with that name first. We just drew the entire top of the deck. I just don't want to move the monster. We want either of the two, not monsters, so we can Shangers the monster. Of course. Of course. We just pulled the monster out of Shang-Chi range. What a joke. Oh, it's 11 power. Lol, never mind. Sick. Still Shangable. I almost want to play Morales here, because they're definitely going to try and do something stupid, right?
Oh, snap.
I'm going to play Morales here. It might be slightly weak, but if they play a 4... they haven't played a 4-drop. Magneto does disrupt it. Damn, we got some magic gameplay? Why? Bruh. No. Oh my, I was just gonna freak out.
Power must be controlled.
I was about to lose my mind. I came very close to getting upset. We have initiative. They're gonna like what? Like, they're gonna cannonball turn 6, right? So I play this now? Clog is so just gross. I think you Magento now, and then you Elias as a follow-up, right? Because he's going to turn 7.
We are the future.
He's going to turn 7 Cannonball. Damn.
Opponent snapped.
They're going 8. I could arrow that Hulk out, and he's going to lose that location. Unless he fills here. That's 100% a Cannonball snap. I have initiative, though. Now, there's 2 avenues we can take. If it's Cannonball and we believe it is, we just Eliathan win. However, if it's not Cannonball and they play 1 card, we arrow and pull. You could do this. This is 12 power. You could Scream Arrow, but I think the correct play in this circumstance, because I believe it's Cannonball, we Eliath for 8 cubes. Exactly. Okay. And technically, Arrow would have pulled the Red Hulk. We would have won either way. Victory. But yeah, good game. Good game, 100%. We would have won either way, but Eliath, I think, was functionally correct against Cannonball.